Backpacks squeak on our shoulders, dust on your laughing shoes. Map is a mess in your pocket. We keep the trail, we lose the room. Orange trees over our heads.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's an absolutely beautiful morning here in leaving Zubiri. Today I think we're going to get up to 26. Tomorrow it jumps to 31 and it stays in the 30s for the next 10 days. So for us that means a lot of leaving really, really early because the weather here just seems to be a slow build.
Yeah, so maybe escape some of it.
Yeah, so long as we get where we're going by 1 o'clock or so, and then it just keeps building. But anyway, how was your night last night?
I was not happy. Any of you guys who have been watching us for years may have noticed I've always carried a black cloth tote bag that had tissues and glasses and a small coin purse with not much money in it, but did have 20 odd euros in it. And some koalas to hand out to kids if I see them, just stuff like that. And I took it down to dinner last night, hung it on the chair and come away without it. And we were in the room for probably about 15-20 minutes when I realised, went back down and it's gone. And I spoke to the two waitresses. They didn't seem to know what I was talking about. So I'm sad.
And it was really strange. We tried to work out, because when we stood up from the table, like the remnants of our meal was still on the table, there was hardly anybody in the restaurant, just a couple of other pilgrim guests like us, and older people, no younger people.
And when I went back down, the table had been cleared. So I don't know.
I can't imagine that the two girls would have cleared the table
and not seen
it. So anyway, we don't know what's happened.
This morning we acted a little dumb and asked two of the other
morning
people,
staff,
working there, had it been found and put behind the counter? No. So I'm wiping Zaviri. We're not going to stop here.
I've got a theory. I reckon when we were doing our closeout blog, which was just outside before we went back to the room, and we were giving the food less than best rating, I reckon the girls are going, right, we'll fix your wagon. We've got your bag. Anyway.
I'm sad because it was just really handy to have. I've had it since 2014. My little purse worked really, really well. So in Pamplona this afternoon, it won't be all we think about, but I might see if I can find something to replace it. And my diary that I'd started.
Yeah.
Well.
To start again.
Starting from day one walk now instead of day one at home. But anyway, can't be helped.
It is what it is.
I'm just sad.
That's it. So today we're off to Pamplona. Should be a pretty good walk. We're hoping that there are a few cafes open along the way, because last year they were closed, and it can be, you almost go the last 10-12 kilometres into Pamplona without a stop. So we'll definitely try and stop in Larasuana for our second breakfast coffee.
And we're hoping that because we're later in the May, that the one that we call Hen and Chickens will be open this year.
Yeah, and
because it hasn't been for the last few years.
And we'll explain all that when we get there. Okay, more later.
Bye.
Good morning, little horses. What are you doing? Are you scratching your ears? Oh my goodness me, you must have an itchy ear.
It's a good scratching hole.
Yeah. Better hurry up because your friend wants to play. Coming from my background as a metallurgist, working for Lysarts all those years in the steel industry, I do love a good industrial. Good morning.
Good morning.
What a day. Sunny as, and gentle breeze, but not warm at all. So far so good. We've just done a little right-left jig so that we can walk into the end of Larrasawana and walk down through Larrasawana. Just got to be careful on this little road bit for a couple of 100 metres, and that allows us to walk all the way through Larrasawana and then over the bridge and back onto the Camino trail. So Larrasawana is a very pretty village.
Nothing much happening at 9:20.
No.
Backpack squeak on our shoulders, dust on your laughing shoes. Map is a mess in your pocket. We keep the trail, we lose the rules. Orange trees over our heads, sun draws lines on your skin. You say we're lost, but I like it. I say, let's get lost again. We count our steps through Spain, 1, 2, hurry then we slow again. You point at clouds, I point at trains, both just passing by. We taste the salt and rain, cheeks gone red but we don't complain. If every mile just feels the same, I'll walk it by your side. Village Square, sleepy Sunday, coffee in paper cups. You trade.
So after you come back onto the Camino path after Larrasawana, it's quite a tidy little path for a while till we go through the next village, and then we go onto a dirt path along the river. I think the place that we call Cats and Chickens is, I think it's Zabaldika, and there's a cafe that the last twice we've walked on the Camino, for one reason or another, has not been open. I remember since COVID.
Yeah.
We walked with Louise and Gordon in 2024, and the weather was crap on this stage. It was cold and wet.
It was horrible.
Nowhere was open in Larrasawana. The Cats and Chickens weren't open. We literally walked from Zubiri into Pamplona without a stop. It was not a happy day.
Freezing
cold.
And wet.
Yeah. So a little bit different to today.
Yeah.
But the little hamlet, I guess you call it, that we're just arriving in, it's one of the buildings they used to film in the movie The Way, where Tom stayed just shy of Pamplona. I think where he met Sarah, yeah. Okay, more later. Just gone 10 o'clock. We're on the way to Zabaldika, and this pretty pathway eventually goes right next to the river for quite a way, and with the shade, really lovely walking, to be honest. Okay, so we've come down a little from where we were walking, and the pathway now takes us for a few kilometres pretty close to the river. So because of the melting snows and the rain they've had, there's a lot of water rushing down there. So it's just gone 11 o'clock and we've come up, I've come off the trail near the river, And what we used to call the Cats and Chickens restaurant is open. No cats anymore and no chickens, but going off. Still the Cats and Chickens.
As far as we're concerned.
So maybe it's not Zabaldika, maybe it's Zurian. Let's have a look in the guidebook. Seems to be a lot of new pathways and railings and areas to keep the pilgrims off the highways. Been done in the year since we were here last. So it's just gone 12:15. We're about 6 or 7 kilometres from Pamplona. It's supposed to be overcast this afternoon, it hasn't come to that, but there's a nice breeze at the moment. So let's push on. Someone has got their sprinklers pretty close to the walk. I think I'm going to be lucky.
Timed it well.
Sometimes you get to the top of the rise and you've still got 5 kilometres to go. And it's hot, and a mirage pops up, and you imagine someone is giving you freshly squeezed orange juice, and then you realise it's not a mirage. Best orange juice ever. We just reached the bridge at Trinidad de Ar. You've seen that in a lot of people's photos. This drag through the city streets, the last hour, it just seems to go forever. And it's quite hot, and then the pavement's quite hot, and we're quite hot. So, but anyway, we're on the home track. At least it's flat, I suppose there is that.
It's hot.
But it's hot, yeah. So this is us arriving at the walls of Pamplona. It's just gone 2:10. And considering we didn't start till 8:10 and had quite a few stops today, I think we've been doing pretty well, to be honest. So we're into Pamplona, and we just stopped off at Monasterio Bar to rehydrate before we go into our hotel. We're staying in the Ariatsu Hotel, which is right on the main square where Cafe Arunya is, and you can find that on booking.com, but we go directly to their website because it's cheaper. I do love a good laundry, but I can't remember that it was ever as expensive as €8 for a wash. Okay, that's the end of the big day.
Yeah.
We had a really good walk into Pamplona today, got here in good time.
Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah, had checked into our hotel, had our shower and watched TV for half an hour, in brackets, asleep.
For 2 hours.
2 hours. Went out and did the laundry and met Andrew and Chris from South Africa. Lovely.
Yeah, that was really good.
Lovely rugby tragics. So we had a good conversation.
No, we had a really nice talk with them.
How do you think you went today, sweetie?
At first I struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
But by the end, no, I came okay.
I think you were walking strong.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Still getting over a head cold.
Yeah.
My family have been saying, we can hear you're not well. I've had a head cold, but I'm on the mend. I still do feel it when I'm going uphill.
Yeah.
I'm a bit breathless, but no, I'm all good.
Okay, so you would have seen, I put a picture of the weather forecast. The next 10 days, 30 degrees plus, so heat wave. So our way of dealing with that is to leave early. So the Oggy Berry Cafe, just down from where we're staying, they do breakfast from 6:15. So we'll try and be there at 6:15.
So we'll be up at about 5 o'clock tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
So,
But it's worth it. By the end of the day, it's worth it.
Get there by 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then the temperature builds from there onwards.
Yeah.
But
And as you've heard me say on other previous blogs, I don't like walking in the heat. So the least I can do with that, the better.
But that's, for us, the next 10 days are going to be heat waves.
Yeah. So we're going to have to think about that a lot.
See how we go.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Bye.